Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond the Truck Podcast. Jerry Curl bringing you this episode. Want to say thank you for pouring into our nation all week. We know you worked hard. We know you left your families early. We know you're going to get home for a short period and leave again. I want to tell you in advance, thank you for everything you do. We love you. We appreciate you. That's why we continue to do this for you. You know, on this episode, I'm going to get right into it. As I always say, we're going to drive right into it. I want to talk to you a little bit about our physical health. Now, I've been a lot about emotion, but I want to remind you, it seems like when I look at the numbers, the healthy living podcasts we do are the most downloaded podcasts and the most watched. But I want you to remember one thing. Everything in your life starts between your ears and your brain. Every thought, every emotion, every belief, every word, every action starts between your ears and that brain. And the reason I'm bringing you this one is because I hurt my shoulder Wednesday. And, for myself, I told you, I got a lot of people that take care of me, a lot of doctors. Some days I'm the train wreck. And I had to go to the doctor. I'll be honest with you, I thought I broke my shoulder. And I was a little nervous. I got there and, his first question was, what the hell are you doing that for when you're 62? I don't need you doing that when you're 62. I need you to be doing this. See, I don't know everything. I will tell you that. I do not know everything. I will work to know more, to grow my knowledge, to help you. And sometimes I'll do that at my own expense, I guess. And that's why I'm bringing this episode, because you know what it did? Open my eyes up. Hey, you're right. I am 62. I don't need to gain muscle. I need to maintain muscle. So my mind was, you know what? Wonder what it looks like in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. Your different decades. Yeah, I don't need to be doing something you're doing when you're 20 and 30. And if you're 40 and 50, you don't need to be doing it like you're 60. And you're 40 and 50, you don't need to be doing it like you're 20 and 30 either. You need to be doing it like it in your 40s or your 50s. And, I've got some podcasts coming up next week that I've been preparing for. And this goes right alongside, it's going to coincide right in with it because I'm going to take next week and I'm going to dive into some topics. I'll give you right up. Diabetes and dementia are going to be two of them. And how these will directly correlate to how we manage these things. Well, I want you to know, think about your truck. We do oil samples, right? Send them to the lab for oil analysis. Do you take blood samples? Send them to the lab for analysis to find out what you got to do. Do you have an internal problem going on? You check your tire air pressure. Do you check your blood pressure? You check your water level, the fluid in the radiator, oil level. Do you monitor your hydration? Do you know if your brain is just 5 or 10% dehydrated? The cognitive change it makes in your decision making is crazy. So I want to dive right in today and talk to us a little bit about understand a little bit of exercise and nutrition. And again, I'm not doctor. I'm not God. I'm not your personal trainer. You need to be monitoring your health with your doctor. Anything I tell you, you need to be checking with your doctor. There is no one diet good for every single one of us. What works for me is not good for you, I guarantee you. It works for me. And these things that they tell us all the time, remember people, they're reference points. They're just summaries, they're averages, they're suggestions. You do your blood work and your doctor will design your exact vitamins and your diet. The 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per body weight, it's an area, it's a target. Maybe you need a little more. Maybe you don't need the carbs that I need because maybe I'm doing running and you're not. I want you to understand one thing. We spend all of that time doing the maintenance on our trucks, the lab analysis, the pressure checks, the fluid checks. Do the same thing on you. Because when you're in your 20s, that's the engine of our life. I tell you often, When we have the diabetes show up, or the cardiovascular troubles, the dementias, the cancers in our 50s, it didn't start on our 50th birthday. It's the little micro deposits we made over 2, 3, 4 decades. So in our 20s, we want to make sure that we're building the engine. That engine where we can breathe. We're building that, expanding our lungs, that Vox Max, the VO2 max. Getting out there running. You're expanding your aerobic workout. Run. Get them lungs in shape. Get that heart beating. Because that's what you want to do. You're building the engine. You start building that muscle. And that now you will need some carbs. You will need the proteins. You will, these are all great things that you need to be doing in your 20s. Not drinking, not smoking, not vaping. You notice I didn't say that. You need to exercise. You need to get that heart rate up. You need to get breathing heavy. You need to eat good food choices like your fishes, your chickens, your rich foods, the vegetables, green vegetables at every serving. Not energy drinks, not cigarettes, not booze. There's no diet that I've ever seen anybody suggest that you should be drinking booze. Or you know what? Here'd be a good idea to live healthy. Smoke. Come on. You listen to me long enough. In 20s, you want to build the engine. You are building the engine for the rest of your life in your 20s. I'm going to tell you that right now. So if you're in your 20s, get it turned around. And if you're doing great, congratulations, keep doing and try to do more. This is where you want to start expanding your engine. You're building the horsepower for the rest of your life. This is the foundation that I talk about. Every decision you make is a brick in your foundation in your 20s. You are making a deposit in your future, in your family's legacy in the future, in your 20s. Now, I know one thing, in your 20s, you're worried about cars, possessions, girls, drinking, boys, whatever it is. But I'm here to tell you, when you're 62, people and time are your most damn valuable things in life, not possessions or any of that other stuff. Build the engine. You can build whatever engine you want. You want an engine that'll go in a Corvette, or you want an engine that'll go in a Chevette? Which one are you? I'm a Corvette, and probably better. I wasn't then. I didn't understand it. I didn't know it. I'm telling you that because I know it. You want to know something, ask the guy on the road on his way back. He's already been there. He will give you some good advice to get you where you need to be a little bit easier. And then someday you'll be that guy on the road or that lady on the road on the way back to give somebody else some advice. So I want you to understand, if you're in your 20s, challenge you now. Your brain wants to be challenged. Your brain was made to be challenged. Your body was made to be challenged. You build your framework now, the engine, in your 20s. Because when you get into your 30s, you want to do that, and you want to maintain building that engine. You want to make sure that you keep that aerobic and your exercise non-negotiables, to keep them moving, to keep up that muscle, to keep up that lung capacity, the good habits, to not drinking, to not smoking. Because you know why? Starting in your mid-30s, you start tapering off. You start sitting around in the comfort zone a little more, the comfort zone where nothing happens, where your dreams go to die. You understand what I'm saying? So now when you're in the 30s and your late 30s, you get a little tired. You start sitting around more, sleep more, take naps in the afternoon. Maybe some of you need sleep less. You get less intentional with life. Autopilot sets in, complacency. And guess what happens? Your muscle starts to decline. That's in your 30s. And you're only in your 30s. See how quick it changed in your 20s to your 30s? Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. It's the commitment, the consistency. It's very hard, I understand, to be consistent. But consistency wins every single day. Now you're in your 40s. You don't exercise the same like in your 40s like you did in your 20s, do you? Is your cardio level up the same? Are your muscles the same? No, you want to start doing some things like the swimming, the bicycling, similar cardio, whatever you can do. Maybe you can't do long enough. You want to start working on things for mobility. Start maintaining your mobility. Because now you've had a sedentary lifestyle for maybe 10 or 15 years if you're driving a truck or sitting in an office and things like that. Putting on a few pounds. It's only 10 pounds. 2 more decades, guess what? It's 30 pounds. But that 10 pounds will compound huge. It affects your blood pressure, your diabetes, or you could be diabetic, I should say. Maybe it's smoking. Every cigarette's 11 minutes off your life. Every cigarette. And vaping's worse. You want to start eating some high fiber foods more. Maintain your protein. Start cutting down on them sugars. Because every decade you're going to lose 11% of your muscle. So it's important we start working on maintaining muscle and mobility. Notice I said maintaining. We want to try to maintain what we had. You built the engine in your 20s, carried it into your 30s. 30s just started leveling off, and you start leveling back into that comfort zone. Now, the comfort zone seems to be your routine. You don't need to be consistent in that comfort zone. Hell, you're only in your 40s. Congratulations. Because you're going to be 50. And when you're in your 50s, it's a whole lot different. You're now looking at, you better start working on your focus, your balance, resistance training, the resistance bands. I'm not looking to get into heavy weight machines. Cardio, swimming, biking. You want to work on things that'll work for deliberate balance in your life. And you know what people overlook is the simple things in life, like your feet, getting on your heels, getting on your toes, your grip. What do you think helps you getting up and down stairs? The front and the back of your feet, so you don't fall forward going down. And if you did, you had the grip strength to grab and hold yourself and catch yourself. Balance, core muscles. Your core is made to hold your body. Core is just not your stomach area. Your core is the whole core of your whole body. You need to build the muscle in your entire body around your bones and all your core, your structure, to maintain your body balance. Stretching, getting out. Don't jump out of the truck and just go to work. You get out, hug yourself, move your arms, move your legs, get going. That sedentary lifestyle is killing your health. You have to move. The body was made to move. The brain was made to think and expand. When you quit using them both, they both die. I'm going to say that again. When you quit using your brain and when you quit using your body, they both die. Your body was made to move. Your brain was made to expand. Your brain was made to learn. It's driving forward. And sleep. This is important for every decade. Making sure that we get the proper sleep. Yeah, I know you got irregular schedules, but shoot for 7 hours. Oh, I don't sleep 7 hours. Start sleeping 7 hours. It takes your body to build the chemicals and do the brainwashing, taking the garbage to the curb, as I call it, 7 hours to get that deep sleep. That solidifies all the tasks and the memories deep in your brain. So when you wake up, you're refreshed. You want to eat your omega-rich foods. Start taking some vitamins. Get the blood work's coming in. You should be doing vitamin D's, vitamin B's, your B12s, the greens. I want you to understand your best supplements come from your foods. Your supplements are because you're not getting enough of the enriched foods, the B vitamins, the D vitamins, and we don't when we get older. So it's proper. I want to make sure you understand the proper meal. That 6 to 8 to ounces of protein with the cup of vegetables with a very minor serving of carbs. Tracking these things. In your 50s, this is important because now you've already lost 10 to 20% of your muscle if you're not watching it. And you're only in your 50s. These absorption rates that we have for our foods and vitamins, they decline as we get older. The natural state of anything is decline. Life declines, plants decline, everything declines. I want you to understand, we have to pour into ourselves. If you don't invest in you, nobody else is. Nobody else can. You're the one that designed the engine in your 20s. When you're 50, maybe you can overhaul it, but I know one thing. It's much easier to tune that son of a gun up. Now in your 60s, same thing. That multi-component training, walking, other aerobic movements, strength training to maintain strength. Don't try to go lift the 200-300 pounds. You know what I did today? My shoulders I can't use. You know what they told me? You get your ass right back in the gym and start walking, running, do legs and do core. So you know what I did? 200 leg curls with 60 pounds. And I walked. Yeah, they hurt. But guess what? I'm back in the gym. My shoulder's a hell of a long ways from my foot. And guess what? If I lost an arm, I'd figure out how to do it too. How bad do you want it? Start working on balance things, that you do something different each day. Do your core one day, your cardio one day. Balance a couple days a week. Walk sideways, walk backwards, get on your toes, bend over. You want to make sure that you understand you can balance. Can you pick your foot up and put your shoes and socks on? If you got on the floor, can you get off by yourself? Do you have the grip strength to hold yourself? Can you do calf raises? Can you do heel raises? These are the things that help protect you when you're 60 and 70 and 80. So you don't fall down the stairs. Get out of the truck, follow the truck. You want to start using nutrient-dense foods. Fewer calories. Fewer sugars. Less alcohol, smoking, all these things I want you to be careful of. Because now in your 60s, I guarantee you, your comfort zone is really comfortable. Are you disciplined to get up and exercise every single day? Tough, isn't it? I'm going to remind you. The body was made to move. The brain was made to expand. What have you done today to do both of them? The body was made to move. The brain was made to expand. What have you done today to do both of them? Question of the day. I'm going to leave you with that. All right. Because congratulations, you made it into your 70s. The 70s, you know what? Guess what? Aerobic, strengthening, and balance. Pretty funny. Aerobic, strengthening, and balance. It's there for every decade. But guess what? We're doing that to maintain. I'm not going out at 70 years old trying to bench press 300 pounds. Hell, if you told me you bench pressed the bar alone 10 or 20 times, I'd be happy. You're in the gym. You want to make sure that you're doing things on your body that doesn't make your body hurt, but you're building muscle or maintaining muscle. Because if you're 70, if you did nothing, you would lose 40% of your muscle when you were in your 30s. It started declining when you're 35. They usually peak in your mid-30s. Half your life, it's peaked. The second half of your life, your muscles deteriorating and going away if you don't watch it. Yeah, you can think I load and unload for an hour here and there. That's not cutting it, people. That's not cutting it. Maintaining muscle is doing more than that. This is where your blood work is going to come in to make sure you're getting the nutrients that you need. The nutrient-rich foods are hard to to monitor. If you're not tracking them, I guarantee you're behind. If you're not tracking your food and you have no idea how much protein you're taking, how much carbs, sodium, sugars, I guarantee you your blood work's going to open your eyes. You check your air pressure, what about your blood pressure? You check your oil analysis, what about your blood analysis? You check your water level in the truck, what about the water level in you? Just a couple percent of hydration affects the way your brain thinks and operates. So I want to remind you, this is simple. This is simple. You have the responsibility to maintain your own health. When you're 20 and 30, you do things different than you're 40 and you're 50. And when you're 60 and you're 70, you do things different than your 20, 30, 40s, and 50s. And yeah, I can be my own worst enemy. We all can be. But I also can be my best damn cheerleader too. Which one are you? I'm not perfect. I bring you these messages because I hope you learn from my mistakes. Yeah. I'll work to do better. You know me. I just got to be 0.01 better every single day of my life. And if I can bring value, I'll bring value. I write it every morning. Thank you, God, for allowing me to wake today and give a gift in my heart to speak to many. And hopefully these words leave my heart to the ears of many to help them live the healthy life. And I hope that message is received by you today. Love and appreciate you. You can find our team at Thrive at beyondthetruck.com. You can text me. Many of you got my number. Our socials have been in the link tree in the show notes. You can find us on Facebook at Beyond the Truck or Jerry Curl, and also on Instagram, LinkedIn. And for many of you that want to buy our gear, thank you. TJ Creations, you can find them on Facebook as well and in our link tree. And I want to remind you before we hang up or depart here, just don't go out on Amazon and start buying supplements from there. There is a difference in all your supplements. In our link tree, we partnered with First Form to do that. For you. I would appreciate you to start there. Where I know at least if you're buying some of that stuff, you're getting quality stuff and they're not just taking your money and selling you garbage. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for what you do. Coming at you next week, tune in because we're going to be talking about some serious topics in depth. I'm not a doctor, but I'm learning this stuff and I'm bringing it to you. And boy, I'm going to make it make sense so you understand it as well. Be safe, be great, have a great weekend. And remember, it's Friday. Friday, you're setting yourself up for a successful next week. Don't take the weekend and quit. When everybody else is lifting, you lean in. Your best version's right on the other side. Be great.